Thank you so much for joining us on the program, Doctor. We can hear there in the background live shots and fighting, noises of fighting from the streets of Khartoum. What are you hearing on the ground there where you are? I know you are obviously far from Sudan right now, but no doubt you are in touch with people in the capital. What are they saying about the latest fighting?
So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And yes, indeed, the Sudanese American Physicians Association is in continuous contact with our counterpart in Sudan, which is the Sudan Doctors Union. And there is a very severe unspoken about humanitarian crisis that's affecting the hospital's infrastructure. Unfortunately, both parties are bombarding each other without any regard to the civilian casualties. There are injured people that are locked in their houses and they cannot reach the hospital. And the hospitals are working with about maybe only 10% power of their proposed functionality. There is about closer to 90% of the hospitals are shut down and closed because of either bombardment or because of unsafe environment to the staff. One of the biggest tertiary centers in Sudan is a Shab hospital. Unfortunately, is out of service, was bombarded by the Sudan Army Air Force. And the same thing applied for many hospitals, big hospitals and big referring centers in the capitals, where the medical staff fear for their life, where the environment is not safe. Patients were evacuated from major facilities to smaller hospitals. Physicians are locked in very harsh conditions, without supplies, without basic medical needs, from this stand here, I wish if both rivals of this catastrophic war can give a chance for the Red Cross to at least propose one or two or three bigger hospitals where the environment can be safe for the physicians and the roads can be safer for the patients to seek medical advice. This is an unheard crisis. When I say unheard, that you have to understand that the Sudanese people are not used to this. There was no catastrophic disaster at this caliber or after the Darfur genocide. This is unfortunately the army and its militia are shutting down the medical services and overutilizing the medical services because of their injured soldiers. And on top of that, they are bombarding and shelling the hospital.
Yes.
And I think this is the UN has a role here.
Okay, and
both
Doctor,
parties.
I'm sorry to interrupt you there, because I just want to let you know about some breaking news. We're hearing reports that the Sudanese army has also confirmed that it's willing to participate in a 24-hour ceasefire that was announced by the RSF earlier today. It's due to it's supposed to be taking effect as we go to air now, ending at 6 p.m. local time on Thursday. If this ceasefire does take hold. You mentioned there that there is a dire need for medical supplies. And before I delivered that news, you were talking about the UN's potential role in delivering such supplies. What is needed exactly right now in Khartoum?
So we need the basic needs. We need IV fluids. We need antibiotics. We need medications for hypertension, for diabetes, and there is a list of medications that's necessary to run the emergency departments. We need safe roads in and out of the hospitals. There are lots of surgeons who are in desperate need to reach to their patients and to go to the hospital. So they should be commitment from both parties. They have to let the physicians reach the hospitals. One of the issues is that, and the hospitals needs to be protected. They cannot bombard and shell the hospitals. Those hospitals are well known to both parties. So any argument that this is a mistake or this is an error, that's just not acceptable. They need to let the medics, the ambulances, the nurses, they need to let the medical staff go to the hospitals. They need to protect them. The UN, and they need to find a way where the UN and the Red Cross can send medical aid and supplies, either through Marawi Airport or through one of the airports of the smaller city. Wad Madani, Kosti, one of those airports needs to be secured only for medical purposes. We are in Sapa, we are willing to help. We have the personnel that we can send to help our people.
Yes. No, I can understand, Doctor, it must be a very distressing time for you and everybody else in Khartoum. We wish you all the best with your work on the ground there. Thank you so much for joining us.
Sudan does not deserve this, and Sudanese does not deserve this. We are peaceful people. We are not in nowhere and no place to be living in a situation like this. Those military people, they don't belong to us, or they belong to us, by blood, but by ethics and moral, they are not part of us. They need to understand that this is not right. This is just not right. Killing people, bombarding hospitals and killing patients, man, this is just not right. Thank you so much.
No, thank you, Dr. Nassir Mansour. Thank you once again.
I'm so sorry. Thank you.